This documentary may contain footage of strays in distress or injury. Please watch with discretion.
别动！别动！别动！养了吧？你养了吧？挺好的。啊？自制了一个猫砂。